Hey, so I picked up a PlayStation 4 Pro on Thursday, launch day, and just want to give anybody who cared sort of my impressions so far. I do have a PlayStation launch console. Haven't had a single issue with it to this point. I have an Xbox One and a Wii U. I decided to upgrade the PlayStation for now. The Xbox I'm not going to bother with. I'm going to wait for the Scorpions and take a look at that. But anyway, just to talk about this console for now, I'm pretty impressed with the build quality of the console. It is a little bit noisy. It's the first actually console I've ever owned that people said was noisy, that was really noisy. You may be able to actually hear the fan right now, and part of it may be because this game, NBA 2K17, runs at native 4K, 30 frames per second. I'm a little confused because I've heard so many people saying that the PlayStation won't run at native 4K, that it needs the checkerboard upscaled. But I've seen there are a number of games that they're reporting running at 4K 30 frames per second and running pretty well. FIFA 17 is another one. Skyrim, The Last of Us, another game I have currently. I haven't tried that out yet. And then you've got a bunch of games that are coming, like Neo and Mass Effect Andromeda, Watch Dogs 2 next week. Horizon Zero Dawn looks spectacular. And then for games that take advantage of like high dynamic range in Shadows of Mordor, which is a game I'm looking forward to getting back into to see how that looks. Ratchet and Clank is a game I love. As breathtaking as it is, it's like playing a Pixar movie. They're generally great, but when you add the high dynamic range and it really tightens up that picture, it's pretty spectacular. Infamous Second Son takes advantage of the HDR. Titanfall 2. I believe Infinite Warfare does as well. I picked up the version that had both the new Infinite Warfare game and one of my favorites, which was Modern Warfare. So I'll take a look at that. And Battlefield 1, another game that I've really been enjoying. So I even threw in Grand Theft Auto just to see if it made a difference versus my regular PlayStation. And the picture quality is, I have to say, it is sharper because it's upgrading it to 4K and then downscaling it versus upscaling or running just at 1080p. So from those aspects, I can see where you get the benefits of the console. If you have a 4K television set with HDR. If you don't, I honestly don't think this is worth the upgrade cost right now. I think it would be better just to wait for the Scorpio and or the PlayStation 5, which in my opinion will follow very quickly on the heels of Scorpio. I think this console is more so a replacement or a competitor with the Xbox One S rather than trying to be a Scorpio competitor. Now, it may be that Sony knows something that the rest of us don't, and price point wise, they're saying that this is a better move to take architecturally and engineering wise, because cost wise in the long run, they'll be able to run 40 or 4K games at 30 frames per second at least and sell the console for a lot less than the competitor. And that, games sell consoles. Consoles don't sell consoles. People will buy consoles for the games they want to play, and if Sony feels they're going to have the advantage in that area, and with the penetration of 4K televisions not being a huge factor yet, maybe this is a better choice for them to make right now. Every console manufacturer loses money on their consoles. It always happens for the first number of years. Where all the money is in the game purchases. So if Microsoft is going to be launching this powerful Scorpio console, unless they can meet a price point that is okay with the consumer, and I think right now where Sony is, $399 in the American market, $499 here in Canada, that's kind of a sweet spot. $599 for something that really pushes the boundaries and shows a difference. I see that possibly happening, but I think anything beyond that, and they're going to have a lot of problems, and they're going to have a bunch of games at launch that really compel people to want to go out and get the console. But as far as this console is concerned, if it turns out to be a stopgap for now for people who do have HDR TVs or 4K sets, I think it's worth it to take advantage of the investment you made, because generally if you have a 4K set with HDR, you know, a 10-bit panel, all that, you paid a pretty good amount of money for it, so why not take advantage of it? I mean, you have options as far as selling your old console, trading it in, what have you. So, you know, if there are any of the titles that you see that are coming the next while that interest you, I'd say go ahead. And I think what's going to happen now is developers are going to feel forced in a way to start to add these enhanced features into their games. And there's nothing better than being able to change the resolution of the game as you want in the console, which we've never been able to do before. So I can play in 4K 30 frames per second with some games, or I can play at 1080p 60 frames per second, or 1440, you know, in some cases 1880, and still get 30 frames or 60 frames per second refresh. So again, no 4K set, don't bother. 4K set, or thinking about a 4K set and you don't have a PlayStation already, definitely. If you have any questions or comments, just ask me. I'll try to post some more gameplay stuff to give you an idea of what some of it looks like. And hope you have a great day. I hope it's helped some of you make a decision if you're kind of stuck on the fence. It is a lot of money, I mean, for some people, and it's a choice between something now or waiting another year and something later. So that is also a real factor in this. But if you have some money burning a hole in your pocket, I definitely recommend this, because I can see the differences. They are visible to me. Have a great day.